Hey there, Periscopers. My name is Betsy Collard, and I'm looking a little bit tired right now because I am a new mom of now I have 3 babies. And this is the first Periscope that I've done since before I had the baby for obvious reasons. So forgive the dark circles under my eyes because I'm seriously just I don't know if you have 3, but once you go from 2 to 3, it's like whoa. But I've really had this on my heart to do this Periscope for a while now because I know for me, there have been so many times when I just wanted somebody to keep it real with me, and I just wanted somebody to tell me, thank you, Art, thank you, Art. Um, Yes. I just wanted somebody to keep it real with me about their journey. And, I am an Emerald Ambassador now with Plexus Worldwide. That is so crazy to me that I'm able to say that now. And I just wanted to share with you my journey and the nitty gritty truth of my journey to Emerald, because sometimes we look at people that make it in network marketing and we look at people that, achieve a certain rank, and we think like that'll never happen for me, and we think that everybody, thank you, Kayla, we think that everybody that makes it there just has this really easy journey there, and we're like, what's the secret? What did they do differently? But I'm here to tell you that my journey is a little bit different than some people's, and some people this may be something that encourages you. So a little bit about me. I actually did not just join Plexus like a year ago and shoot to the top. I actually joined Plexus over 3 years ago. I originally joined just to get my products cheaper. That's what a lot of people normally say. And I actually immediately started seeing benefits from the business. I just started posting on Facebook and people just started buying from me. And I told my husband, I said, okay, I'm going to take this thing to the top. And he kind of laughed at me when I told him that. And now he's not laughing now that he's going to Maui in about a couple of weeks. But I immediately knew that my why was to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. And that was my why. I was a mom of 1 at the time. I only had 1 baby, and she was about 6 months old, and I was working outside of the home. I do have a degree in business, and I was working for a medical company. I was making about $12 an hour with a college degree, working outside of the home, and I hated leaving my little girl. That killed me. It absolutely killed me. So I decided to start promoting Plexus, and I said, okay, I want to be able to quit my job and be able to be a stay-at-home mom. So within 3 months, I was able to quit my job and I was able to be a stay-at-home mom. The next part of my why was because I wanted to be able to retire my husband one day. Now, he works so hard and he provides for our family overabundantly, but he has to be gone a lot, 50 to 60 hours a week. And to me, I would love nothing more than to be able to have time freedom with my husband. I would love nothing more than to be able to build orphanages for people in third world countries. I want to be able to give back more than I've ever given back before. And so that is something that drives me every single day. So that is a little bit why I started Plexus, why I started network marketing. And let me just tell you this. I had no experience in network marketing. I didn't even know what network marketing was, had never heard the concept of network marketing. In fact, I didn't even know Plexus was network marketing. My husband knew about it because his mom had done network marketing stuff, but I personally had never heard of network marketing ever. I think that might have been a good thing for me because I had, nothing to go off of. I was just like, hey, telling people about products that I love, and that was about it. So I pretty much started from the very bottom, not knowing a thing. I want to tell you a little bit about my Plexus journey. I started out with big dreams and big goals and quickly realized that it was going to take a lot more than what I thought it was going to take. I thought it was just going to shoot straight to the top and things are going to be awesome. And, I would see all of these people. It would take them a year. They would join Plexus and a year later they would be Emerald, or 6 months later they would be Emerald. And I'm like, And what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I do this? What is wrong with me? I felt for so long that something was wrong with me, that I was never going to make it. And this went on for years. For years, there was so many opportunities that I could have quit. There was so many opportunities that I thought about quitting. I never let the words quit come out of my mouth because I know that there's power in our words. But there was so many times that I wondered if I was really cut out for this. So let me take you on my little journey really quick. I made it all the way to Senior Ruby by year 2. Okay, that's really not, a lot of people shoot to Senior Ruby a lot quicker than that. Some people, it may take them a little longer. That's okay too. But for me, I felt like it took a really long time. Well, I was so excited. I got to Senior Ruby. I was excited to be able to walk across that stage at convention. It was so awesome. And then I felt like right after convention, I had a lot of people at convention. I was like, this is it. I'm going to be Emerald soon. I was excited. It was going to be, quick after that. I was just going to shoot to the top. Well, let me just tell you what happened to me. Right after convention, that was right after I had turned Senior Ruby, my points literally started to fall so hard and so fast. It was crazy. Not only did my points start to fall, they went all the way back down to Senior Gold points. And for those of you who are plexus people, you understand that that was a pretty big deal. My points fell by like 400. This was all within just a few months. My team started falling apart, and I was just I was at a loss. I had no idea what to do. There was a moment of truth. I was at a crossroads in my journey. I was at a crossroads. I was at a point where I had to decide if I was going to keep doing this or not. I had to decide if I was going to really press into my why, really press into why I was doing this. If I was really going to really go give it one more go and figure out maybe what was wrong, what I wasn't doing right, There's so many things I could go into about this, but I'll just tell you this. I was at a point where I fell on my knees and cried my eyes out. There was many times where I cried and cried and cried, and my husband was like getting tired of me crying so much. He even started to kind of get mad, and he's thinking, man, maybe she should quit, but he didn't never tell me that. I was at a place where I had to really cry out to God, and I really asked him, to show me what I was doing wrong. Maybe there was some keys in this business that I was missing. Maybe there were some things that I wasn't doing. And so, I did that. I cried out to God and I said, Lord, what is it about me that needs to change? What is it about me that I need to revisit with my business? What am I not doing right? Because obviously there was something not going right. My team was falling apart. My points were going backwards like crazy. There was obviously something that wasn't right. And obviously this journey is so awesome because I feel like it is the most amazing journey for personal growth and development. And if you stay on the journey, it will force you to become a better person. It will force you to become a better leader. And I'm so grateful for it. My husband says that, I've become a completely different person since being on my network marketing journey. It's caused me to be a better leader, and I'm still growing. But, so this is what happened. God completely lined up things for me. And my friend Tara Castaneda, and she's probably not on this right now, but she'll probably see this later. A friend of mine told me about Tara because Tara had kind of a similar journey to mine, and she she had a similar testimony, and I heard her testimony about how she came out of that. So I connected with her by the grace of God, and she told me some things that she was doing to really get her business back going. And I immediately started implementing those tips. And let me just tell you about what I realized about myself. I realized that number one, before I wasn't all in. I wasn't giving it 100%. I wasn't giving it 200%. I wasn't really giving it my all. I didn't really understand what giving it my all was, to be honest with you. Number two, I realized that I had a really bad mindset and I had negative confessions. I realized that, I had a negative mindset. I realized that I was just not where I needed to be personally. So I decided at that point, this was in December, In December, you guys, my team, we only added 2 people to my network, and I was Senior Ruby. 2 people. That's it. Crazy, huh? 2 people. In January, when I decided, okay, I got to go all in or just give up, I decided to go all in, and I decided to give it that one last go. And I decided, like, if I can do this, if I can really give it all of me and really go hard and really go hardcore with this could really be a possibility for me and my family. So I decided to go all in January. We went from recruiting 2 people in December, and keep in mind, Senior Ruby level right before Emerald. We recruited 15 in January. 15! I just turned Emerald last month, and we were only recruiting 15 people in January. I know, crazy, right? I'm telling you all this to encourage you, and maybe you can send this Periscope to somebody else who's discouraged. So then we went from January from 15 to 30 in February. In February, we had 30. In March, we had 670. In April, we did 91 new distributors, new ambassadors, okay? So we were over doubling every single month. And from then we just kept steady, bringing in the people. Now, let me tell you what changed, and I want to show you this. In January, I made this wall. This was my wall of confessions and declarations. You guys, I could cry when I look at this, because at the time when I made these, my team was like falling apart, literally falling apart. We were bringing in 2 new people a month. I decided to make these declarations, and these weren't even true at the time, but that's what a declaration is. This is what I wanted for my team and for my family. If you see, I said Emerald is mine by July 2015, if not sooner. That was in January, whenever we were only recruiting 15 people. I said, this is me and my team's year to grow by 10 times. I am an awesome leader, and God wants me to be successful. I am organized and efficient. My time does not control me. I control my time. Smart and ambitious, well-connected go-getters are attracted to me and my business every single day. My team works together and is one of the fastest growing teams in 2015. I wrote daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. Now, let me just tell you about my monthly goals, my weekly goals, and my daily goals. Let me flip this back around. We blew those goals out of the water. And I'll tell you this, the power of our words are so important. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but I just know like how it is. I know how it is, and I don't want people to give up on this journey, because if you can change your words, you can change your life. I made those declarations, I wrote them out, but I also confessed them every single day. When things weren't looking good, I would still confess them. I would confess them driving down the road. I would confess that I had an awesome team, that God was sending the right people to our team. I would confess every day, over and over and over again. It's true. And it changed the way I thought about things, which changed my actions, which changed my life. I can honestly tell you guys this, when it came to June, we were 500 points away from me going Emerald. 500 points. That would be a 500 point jump in 1 month. But I'll just tell you this, my God is a big God. He is awesome. And I want him to literally get the praise for this, because that literally is, it's all him. He has given us vision. He has sent the right people to my team. He continues to send amazing people to our teams. I constantly am giving him the praise for this, because I promise you we're nothing without him, and I never want to pose as somebody who is. But it also took major hard work, you guys. But you know what? I don't really consider it hard work, because it's fun work. Whenever you're making a difference in people's lives and you're helping change your team's life by guiding them to be successful and helping them to grow their businesses, and all while you're doing this, you're also growing the business for your family, and you're growing you're building the dream that God has given you. So all that to say is this. If you know somebody who's discouraged, if you're discouraged in your business, maybe you're not even with Plexus, maybe you're a network marketer. And I love network marketing. I believe in it 100%. So you don't just have to be Plexus for this to inspire you. But just don't give up. I want you not to give up. But not only not give up, it's not just not giving up. It's doing some soul searching and doing some searching about, okay, well, what wall? Why am I hitting this wall? You know, I'm still hitting walls. And I'm not saying that I've reached the top. I haven't. But I'm still hitting walls. And I'm still having to do some self-examination and figure out, you know, how to get to that next step, how to help my team. You know, my goal is to always build them up and help them and grow them. And so I want to encourage you, don't give up. If you're a Plexus ambassador, which is my passion, don't give up. Keep going. Even if it takes you 5 years, if it takes you longer than 5 years, keep going. It took me over 3 years to get to Emerald. And while that might not be a long time for some, for me, it felt like eternity. And I watched so many people shoot to the top. So many people go really high really quickly. And I would be so discouraged. I'd cry myself to sleep at night. I'd pray and ask God, what's wrong with me? And, you know, God was not beating me up and saying there's something wrong with you, but he was bringing me to a point where I had to really depend on him, and I had to really dig deep and figure out what's up. So I love you guys. Hope that this has been encouraging to you. Don't give up. Keep pushing towards that mark. If anything, the wait and the time that it took me to get here has made all the victory, all the much sweeter. It's made it so much sweeter. The victory has been so much sweeter since it took me a little bit longer. Also, I just want to thank my team, because let me just tell you this, in network marketing and in life in general, we're nothing without a good team. I've got an awesome team. I love you. You all have become family to me. We have got such a great culture on my team. We're friends. We're family. We encourage one another. We pray for one another. And I'm so, so thankful for that. So thank you. Thank you to my Plexus sisters, my sideline sisters. Let me just tell you this. Could not do it without my sideline sisters and brothers. Let me just say that you all have been a huge impact on my life. And I'm so thankful. Can't wait to celebrate with you guys in Maui in a few weeks. Oh my gosh, this is really happening. Cannot even believe it. Just know that if you have a dream and you have a why, you keep revisiting that why. Whatever your why is, it is worth it. It is worth the fight. I hope that this has encouraged you. Share it with somebody else. I will upload it to YouTube. And you can find me on YouTube, Betsy Collard. So you guys, keep pushing, keep going, keep dreaming, you guys. Love you all, and God